Guys, hello. Hope you are doing well today. Again, I'm here back. Yesterday we had an interesting session with the weekly forecast, and yeah, today I'm back for actively trading. So going to be interesting. It has to be Saul that make this trading room, but unfortunately is little bit sick. So I say okay, that's fine. I will continue with it. So guy, give him some force to recover, and yeah, hopefully it will be better tomorrow. So hi Thomas, happy to see you again. I believe the sound is good. I just checked, so it might be okay. And yeah, let's wait a few more minutes, then that other people join the session, and then we're gonna move into the market directly. Okay. Let me check the sound. If I'm a bit distant, so it might be not the correct microphone. Let me check. No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. It's the microphone. I just put it a bit closer than me. I will also increase a little bit the sound, and hope it will be okay right now. Hi, shalom, Angus. Hi, Enrique. Okay, we have already some people joining in, so I appreciate. I'll try to speak closer to the microphone. Present your screen, please. Yeah. Don't worry. I will share the screen. I will share the market, and probably will take some trades. Again, as usual, a small disclaimer: any trades or any analysis I will be providing to you guys is only for an educational purposes. So take your own responsibility in the trading, and yeah, you don't need to copy what I do. Is only from my own perspective, and everyone can have the different mindset. So it's important to remind this. Everyone have his own mindset and strategy. So that makes sense for me. Okay, let's move directly into the market. Here we are. So this was the S&P of yesterday. If some of you guys were here, just a small recap. We had. Let me show you. We had this this zone here to here, which was during the pre-market until the opening. So you see here the big volatility, and say, okay, it's an uptrend. The market at the opening made a high movement, like here. We went so far from the mean. I think I opened some sell, one here, and make the scalp going back to the mean. So this is the things I wanted to do yesterday. It was going well, and let's try to find if we can have something similar today. Actually, we are in an interesting demand zone. It's still a pre-market. The market will open in the next 25 minutes. It can be a spot actually to start building the position here. So that's something I will do. I will have to check also what's the news for the day. Again, it's a short scalp. I don't want to hold the trade on the long term, moving higher. But I think this place here makes sense for me. We are, you see, on stochastics below 20. So we have different scenarios. Again, I want to still keep a little space for the market. If the market, let's say, go back to this zone after the opening, I will be able to adjust my entry. So I don't want to go full volume here. I will open a small 0.25 lot, which makes sense for me to the balance I have. If the market goes against me, I will reinforce the position. So this is the first trade I'm taking in the S&P. Again, the market is not open yet in US. We have to be careful. The market at the opening can have a bigger movement, like you see we had yesterday here. Big up movement, and we get back down. So we have to be careful. Let me read, guys, some questions that you might have on the chat. So it's not that. Hello, David. Hello. Happy to see you here. Hi, Denislav as well. Hi, Stanley. Okay, let me check if we have any big important news. But again, the macroeconomic release on my side, there will not be a lot of surprise. But again, I don't want to be exposed when you have a release on the news. Yeah, so today we have the PMI in 45 minutes. We have the PMI in US, which of course will bring some volatility in the market. I think it's not like CPI or interest rate when the market can move like 1, 2, even 3% ups and downs. So I will keep actually this position. It's not a big volume, and again, I have another bulk of volume that I would be able to enter just here, which here makes sense for me. And it's basically the yeah, not so far from the average of last week. So we are fine. We're gonna wait for it. The opening is on the next 13 minutes. So in 23 minutes, and the PMI is on maybe 40 minutes from now. Let's try to check other spots that we can have. It was quite clear that the gold yesterday will make a new low on the daily basis. I think this is what happened. I don't remember where we were yesterday, but yesterday it was 23, 24. This is today. Let's move back to H1. Yeah, so we were here yesterday and the market dropped. That makes sense for me if you was not here yesterday. I'm still expecting the gold to bring a little bit pressure on the downside. So this is what actually happened just here. Again, I was looking for some buying opportunities, and then here it can be the first spot. This is the exact point I wanted to have on gold to actually starting to build a position. Again, it's still a big zone. There are still some space to go, and we can also try to already build a position here on gold. Again, it will be only on a daily H4 basis. I will not look for weekly or monthly move up from here. And we are in a demand here on the H1, so here that can be also an interesting movement. So I will make a buy also on gold and try to manage it along the S&P trade. Again, it's not the main accurate spot to enter, but it still makes sense for me. As you see, the market is starting to have V-shape just here. So we make here, we break this zone. We stopped here, and from here the lowest point was here. So it's like a V-shape that here the market can make a higher bounce, and this is what I'm looking for. We had also a demand here on the M15. It's starting to get consumed. I don't know if you can say that it's a demand, but the market here already got consumed. So we still have other point here below the pivot point here, and even more point below. So again, that makes sense for me. In the H4 we are also in a big support zone, so I'm quite ready here to for the price to make a small push on the upside. Go up, yeah. You know, I need to be patient here. That's only the thing I need to do. Again, the opening will bring like more volatility. It will give me some more space for the market to to retrace a little bit like yesterday. So yeah, I need to look at it. I can probably put a buy limit here, which in case I don't see how the market behave, the market will take my entry. Yeah, happy coffee for some of you guys that is afternoon and you need some coffee. Even for you guys that from US and you need some coffee in the morning. So cheers, enjoy your cup of coffee. Can I see 5% on the phone? Yeah, of course. So you can actually connect. I don't know what's your question specifically, but you can see your dashboard on your phone, and you can also trade from your phone using MT5. You can do a lot of things today in your phone. So it's quite the same of having a desktop. Drinking it, yeah. And so enjoy your coffee, Grim. Enjoy it. Okay, this is the two position I have right now. Again, it's not a scalp like yesterday. We are still in the pre-market, but this will allow us to understand how we can manage the position. Let's try to follow the spots like in the USD pairs or like the euro. And like I said, here was not the place for making a buy because I expected the market to already break a lower low and make a new low. So that's why I'm still waiting here. So we break here and break also your make a retest. We might be able to break this spot today. We have also the PMI, which may bring some movement on the downside. But as long as I see that the market, for example, which a little bit below, let's say this would be my zone for me. I will check how the market behave. What I want to see is at least some buyers coming here and here, making some base, creating a base here, and before the price spike up. So this is what I want to see. We already have no retracement on the H4 chart. And you know, guys, I want to repeat my mindset and how I see the market. Hi, baby, Babi or baby. We try to answer the question again. It's been many times. I'm keep repeating what I know about my strategy, but let's give a short explanation. I'm not a trend follower, so I'm not looking for a big movement on trend and go with the trend. I'm looking for the market to retrace and come back to the average price or the mean. We can call it a contrarian mindset or whatever. So basically, when I see a big trend on the upside or on the downside, I'm looking all the time the opposite. So here, for example, on the S&P, you know, the market is going down. I'm looking for some buys. Of course, I have some indicators. Okay, I have Bollinger Bands to know the volatility at each moment of time. I have stochastics, and of course, I need to identify the zone in the market. So that's the three elements of my strategy. I'm using Bollinger Bands for the volatility of the market to know where the market stands at each moment of time. I use stochastics for the momentum, and I use quite of easy price action and chart analysis, support, resistance, trend line, demand, supply, whatever it is. So that's all the combination together that I'm using. Okay, so we have starting the movement in gold. You see it's quite the same here. The market is on a big downtrend on the H4, and I'm looking for some buys. I have here demand zone. On H1, the stochastics is starting to cross below 20. Bollinger Bands is at the bottom, so I want the market to go back to the average. Here we are not so far from the average. Here we are already at the top of the Bollinger Bands, but I enter this based on the demand we have here on the M15. So at least waiting back for the price to go back to probably this zone would be for me a nice target. Yeah, that makes sense for me. Yeah, the Bollinger Band is good on SPX. Yeah, here it means we have quite a big movement against the average price. As you can see, the average price is here, and we are going far from the mean. So that's why I'm expecting the market to have a retrace and come back to the mean. This was exactly the same as yesterday, but it was on our time frame. You see yesterday the market pushed here, the Bollinger Band was still here. We approached a top zone and the average was still here. So of course it's a delay indicators to check the average, but I start selling here, and then the price just went down, basically. Yeah, on the euro, like I said, I don't see anything today. The only, yeah, here might be like the lowest point that we had yesterday or last week. I think it was, yeah, it was last week. So here we might have some buyers, but I don't know how much it can be sustainable to open a buy here. You see on H1 and H4 the market is all the time and consistently breaking a new low. We have a PMI in the next like 30 minutes, and probably the market will, I expect the market will have like a huge volatility and go back to that place, which here I will be interesting to have a buy. But here again, you see the market is all the time making succeeding to make a new low all the time. You see it's like levels all the time. So we have here, and we have like here as well. And then we have a retest here, and again, I think you can even see this on lower time frame. I can show this on the H1. Resistance, support, breaking the support, testing again the support, breaking down, and so on and so on. So you see here all the levels, and we can say like it's a elevator going down until you touch the ground, but I think the ground is still not here, and that's why I prefer to wait the news, the PMI, and waiting for the price to go to at least here. What's your take on the Nasdaq? I believe it's quite the same on the S&P. I don't think we have a lot of difference, but let's check it. It's quite the same. It's still not the same level, but we are still here on this zone that the market is still holding from few days already. Again, important to remind, most of the time the market will touch a zone, more it will get consumed, and high chance that will break out. So that's why I on the S&P I still let the price some space to go. The fact here is the market is quite overextended. Market is having a rally, and then here it's creating a base. And I'm afraid here, which is I didn't see that on the S&P, but generally you have a base, a rally, and then you have a drop, maybe coming back to this demand and then continue on the upside. So here you need to be careful with the stop loss you set, and how far, let's say, how you manage the trades. That will be here the main important thing. I cannot know if we will break this zone. Again, if you're a scalper and you want to have like some up movement, it's the place to do it. Like the S&P, here we already break this zone, which is not so good for me, but I have again another place to go in the next 10 and 20 minutes. after the opening and the PMI news. And again, like if you look at the longer time frame, like the weekly, I think it's very relevant for us to understand what will be the price of the Nasdaq by the end of the year. This is one of the questions I asked you on the chat, guys, yesterday. If you have an idea, let's do the same game on the Nasdaq. What will be the price of the Nasdaq by the end of 2023? Okay, where you expect the price of Nasdaq? So basically, the red line will be where you expect the price to be. It will be like here. So you still have like some half year. We almost finished the Q2 of the year. So what you expect the price to be at the end? And after I will just bring you again my mindset. But basically after the COVID, we had a big rally. Then we're starting to hear like, yeah, we have inflation, recession, Fed starting to hike interest rate. The stocks market was overbought. The market dropped. And then starting 2023, we see a rally right now, but I don't think it will continue and make a new high by the end of the year. Sorry if I already tell you the results of my mindset and what I'm expect. But I believe we're going to trade on a range. We're not going to make a new high. We're not going to make a new low. The market is still very uncertain. We know what will become. We know what will be coming soon. Probably we will hike interest rate a little bit more. Maybe we will stop. But inflation is starting to go down. But we are not at the 2% threshold per year in US. And I heard a lot of interesting things regarding AI, which, you know, like ChatGPT and Google is also putting his mind here, like with Bard, and there is a lot of different software talking about AI. And I read an interesting article saying that AI can actually save the overall global market and push actually the stock market, bringing more confidence in the stock market. And I found it very interesting. I don't have the link anymore, but I think you can find it very easily. AI can actually, I agree, bring like more efficiency on the company. You know, we have today a company that is very traditional. You bring AI, you don't need to work like 5 days a week, but you need only work 2 days a week. You can work with AI. I don't know if you already use it, guys, but this is a game changer. And also on the market, I think we're going to feel it. We are going to feel it, and this is the only thing I say. Yeah, maybe my expectation that we finish here around the 14,000 level will not happen, and we can actually make a new high, basically because we have all the AI intelligence coming into the big companies, increasing efficiency in the market, bringing more returns. That actually can be the game changer here. So yeah, tell me on the chat what you think about it. I think it's an interesting discussion. Okay. Looks like AI don't interest you. Maybe the market only. I don't know. But for me, this is a game changer. We will see it on the long term. I'm quite sure about it. You will not see like on the daily chart. Yeah, AI is coming out. The market will push, obviously. But in a 6 months or 1 year time frame, this might be an impact. You will never know what will impact directly the market. But I think we will be able to see like on the reports on any big companies, probably the efficiency rate, or I don't know what or we can actually make a company valuation. It will bring some surprises. Don't you ever close a trade that goes against you? I will answer the question, but if I actually was never close a trade that goes against me, I will probably not be here as a trader, you know. That probably happens. Maybe that's not the way I blew one of my first account. I think maybe over trading or all the time making the same mistake, but I was all the time able to actually close a trade that goes against me. Actually, I have quite stop loss on the market, and if the market reverts, so I will be taking the loss as part of the expenses of my strategy. That's fine. You cannot have 100% right on the market, and if you have someone like this, you can tell him he's a liar. I don't know someone that have 100% win rate. And if yes, bring me this guy to here to the chat. But here, of course, I'm closing trade that goes against me, and that's part of trading, and you need to do this. It's not bad sometimes to close a trade, because the consequence of it in the long term can actually increase your return on the long term. You need to close the trade. I'm thinking about your S&P. Yeah, so here I'm closing the trade just below. I know I have a big space coming in. I know that the market, I actually opened a trade when the market was not open. It was the pre-market. So I say, okay, when the market will open, actually 3 minutes from now, the market will move. And I don't want to put the stop loss just below here, because there is a high chance that with the lot of liquidity incoming in the market, there is a high chance that the market break actually this zone. And this is actually what we do here. We are still dancing around. You see here the market is a little bit battling here, but still we break it. And we have also the PMI coming in like the next 15 minutes. So that's why I give a little bit more space. AI, so you don't use AI to invest. Okay, interesting. You can try actually to to create an algorithm on ChatGPT and stuff like that. I think it's very interesting. And I am also using AI for the part of my job here at the 5ers as a head of trading and head of risk, which sometimes help me to try to type some codes and rectify my code and stuff like that. So like as a retail guy, I'm also using it for different stuff, but also as a professional, I'm using it, and I'm sure that people are still working in big companies and like tech companies are using AI. I'm quite sure. I know this is a game changer for them. We are pushing well in gold. This is nice. If the PMI is good, I think the stock market will benefit. Again, another good discussion here. I don't care about what will be the PMI actually. If the PMI news will be good, so generally you expect the price to go up. Sometimes it's not the case. You can have a very good report, very good release, and the stock market will crash. There is not a one-to-one correlation on the release of the news. The only way I see that here I can have a retracement is because the market can drop because of the release and then coming back to, let's say, the mean here, which would be the purple line approximately. This is the only reason why I'm actually waiting for the market to push here and having a spike. Opening bell, ding ding ding. Sorry, we don't have the ring here, but yeah, market just opened. We will see how how the price tends to go. Maybe the market will not make a lot of movement like yesterday. Like yesterday, it was not a big movement also, but still interesting. And here we'll see, we have the big news in the next 15 minutes, so let's check if the market can break or no. Okay, let's show the DAX. Here gold, we are still pushing the price up. I think I will already remove my stop loss very close to my entry. The market is actually pushing here on gold. Interesting to see like the negative correlation we have in gold between gold and S&P right now. Again, it's very minor because we are looking at the 30-minute chart, but here the S&P you know, made all the time here a lower low in lower time frame, and gold just break new high. I think I will take part of profit here. The market pushed very drastically right now. I'll probably close 50% of my position just here. Okay. My stop loss is just close to break even, which is okay. I'm already risk free here on gold. So I will wait the other part to come. Hi Andreas, nice question. Do I have a watch list every day or every week? I actually don't have a watch list. I'm not trading on a daily basis right now because the responsibility I have at the 5ers. But I'm looking at the daily change and daily variation, so I know where I need to go specifically on a specific day where I need to trade. And sometimes just start looking at the chart. I know that it's a little bit waste of time, but I don't have the time actually to, you know, on Sunday, like you guys that actually trading full time or having some I want to have some setups for the week. On Sunday, it's quite a nice moment to say, okay, I want to take some like 1 hour, 2 hours, look at the chart, look at the news, check what can be interesting for the week, and then looking for a setup. I had the same thing on the Euro USD. Yesterday, like every Monday on this channel, we do like a weekly forecast, and I say, okay, the Euro USD is not actually interesting, but I will be having the Euro USD in my, let's say, in my watch list, and I will be looking to buy Euro USD when the market goes here. Approximately, the market is on a big downtrend here, creating a new low all the time, but I believe here we might have a little retracement on the upside. So you know, it depends of course what your setup and what's your strategy, but when you have this type of setup and say, yeah, okay, maybe I will wait an accurate point to enter, I will put this chart on the watch list, and then I will look how the market behave. So that's how you should work basically, and I agree, this is something you should do. There are also some pairs that don't want to look at all. I think the Euro pound, for example, that's moving like few pips on a week. I don't, a lot of time I didn't see the Euro pound. But you see here, it's quite very difficult to make any trades, at least on the daily chart. On the H1 chart, yeah, there is actually a nice lot of movement here on the Euro pound. But you can actually find some pairs that are not interesting for the week, and you will leave them aside, basically. Kasim, can you break down the DAX? Yeah, let's move into the DAX. Oh, is this all-time high here on DAX? We are actually touching the all-time high in DAX. I will not be buying DAX here right now for myself, looking at the weekly chart. Also looking at the daily chart, we are so far extended. We are very far from the mean. The mean is still here, and if you look at the weekly chart, it's still an uptrend, but If you know, guys, not my mindset, I will not open a buy here on the DAX. And this works for H4 time frame and above. If you look at lower time frame and let's say look for the 30 minutes time frame, for example, and it's quite the same setup for S&P and Nasdaq as well, you can find this spot for a short scalp on the uptrend. Again, it's more 30 minutes and short time frame. You can find a buy spot and buy opportunity. But if you go to the daily and H4 charts, for me, it's a signal to not buy, basically. Okay, so yeah, we still have the continuity of the move in gold. The S&P is not moving. 7 minutes already from the opening. PMI is on 8 minutes. So probably we are waiting for the release. And again, I want to remind on our programs, on the The5ers program, if you're trading a bootcamp account or you're trading an instant funding account, you can actually trade news. Okay, so here on the PMI, maybe the buy limit here will be taken out. However, if you trade the high stakes and this type of trade is actually getting executed, you can get a flag by the risk management team. We don't want to see someone on the high stake that have higher leverage, that have a daily loss, and so on, trading the risk, trading during the high impact news. If it's part of your strategy and you open a trade 2 days ago and the take profit is taken, that's fine. But if you waiting for the trade, waiting for the news to execute one of your trades, it will be considered as a violation. So it's important to say that on high stakes you actually cannot rely on trading news. Bootcamp and instant funding you actually can. Okay, Grim. Yeah, it's better to not be exposed if you are in a high stakes account. If you open the trade yesterday and you have a stop loss take profit set already yesterday, that's fine. But if you just open a position today or a few minutes ago, don't let it open. You will be able to close the trades 2 minutes before the news, and if you want to enter after the news, it will be 2 minutes after. So 2 minutes after the news, you can trade again the market. And it affects only the pairs which is affected by the news. So the PMI will affect the USD pairs and also the indices. Gold is actually stopping basically on that spot here, which for me makes sense to have some sellers here. I want to check when we actually we actually close half here, which makes sense, which is okay. And we will wait for the second part to move. I will also try to remove my stop loss a little bit, the break even. If the market retraces from here, it can at least go back to my entry, so at least closing here, again, another type of profits. On gold, I think I will close the trade before the PMI because it's already made the move. So it depends where we are before. You see the distance between the TP and the stop loss is very tight, so I don't want to get cut because of the spreads when the news happens. So I think I will close it maybe in the next minute. Maybe actually right now can be good. Yeah, I think we are good to go. Okay, I just closed the trade on gold. Don't want to be exposed in the PMI with the gold, as I already have the S&P on it. Let's look the PMI. Three minutes to go, guys. 3 minutes. I'll just get rid of. No, maybe we can check this. Okay, I'm just getting rid of the limit. Again, I don't want to get triggered with the spread during the news. I will wait that the market actually breaks a little bit below and try to open a buy. This is what I will do. Basically, 1 minute from now, I will be ready. 20 seconds from here. One minute. It's a little bit below the it's a little bit below the expectation, but again, not a big movement here. Very small movement. Did not impact at all. So I'm fine. I'm fine here with the position. Totally fine with the position here, and I will put back again the limit. It's always good to do this type of stuff. You don't want to get surprised and actually the market goes back 2%, opening a buy limit at the big spreads, and then you have big cost to pay in your account. So it's always good to be cautious before. But yeah, it's actually not have the big liquidity I expected for that one. Yeah, we have actually another news in the next 15 minutes, which is the new home sales in US. It generally not affect a lot the market, not as far as the PMI. Again, it's a release, but it will not have a direct impact on the M5 M15 chart on the short time frame, basically. So yeah, it's not like CPI or interest rate release, but generally PMI we have like higher movement, and on the NFP as well on Friday we have quite interesting movement. Anyway, guys, we will finish the session here. I will monitor this trade again on my side. Gold actually was very nice for me. Actually, gold moved a little bit. I still close all the trades here. We were not so far from the target as there was the PMI release. Anyway, it was an interesting day. I succeed to make some trades. Still have one ongoing, so I will check it on my side. Again, I appreciate you being here with me until the end. Thank you for the support. And again, if you guys didn't book your ticket, come seeing us in London, 17th of June. It's going to be a nice night trading festival. We are looking for meeting a lot of traders worldwide, and traders for the 5ers, and traders for any type of markets. So guys, I invite you to come. Again, have a nice day. Enjoy your day. Be safe, and thank you guys. Goodbye.